Guys, so okay, there is an update on the Melahat Rafiei story. Ex-state Democratic Party leader who helped FBI in Anaheim probe agreed to plead guilty to wire fraud. A Democratic Party leader who was central to a wide-reaching corruption investigation in Anaheim involving the proposed sale of Angel Stadium agreed to plead guilty to attempted wire fraud this week. You know, here's what's interesting about this, because one of my locals sent me this article. I guess it came out like yesterday. Is that during the election leading up through November 8th, the people supporting Farrakhan for mayor were still defending Melahat Rafiei and saying there is no FBI investigation. What are you talking about? There's no FBI investigation. And they're also insisting they weren't working with her, but it seems that a lot of people were still working with her, you guys. California Democratic Party leader who was central to a wide-reaching corruption investigation in Anaheim involving the proposed sale of Angel Stadium has agreed to plead guilty to attempted wire fraud, the U.S. Department of Justice said Thursday. Melahat Rafiei, 45, previously secretary for the California Democratic Party and a member of the Democratic National Committee, yep, she was also a DNC member, y'all, was a well-known political consultant in Orange County. In late 2019, according to a plea agreement filed in federal court Thursday, Rafiei told a commercial cannabis company owner that she would work to pass a marijuana-related ordinance in Anaheim that would be in late 2019. Wow, this is pretty recent bullshit, you guys. A marijuana-related ordinance in Anaheim that would benefit the business in exchange for a payment of at least $300,000. Wow, okay. What she didn't tell the client was that she was already working on an ordinance on behalf of other people. Wow, Melahat. Rafiei also told the client that she would give $200,000 of the payment to the Anaheim Chamber of Commerce. Isn't that exactly? That's exactly what the corruption probe was of Harry Sadu, right? Okay. And keep only $10,000 for her work. Instead, she intended to keep $100,000. The agreement said. Oh my God! Wow. According to the agreement, Rafiei instructed her client to pay the $300,000 through checks made out to various entities. Yeah, this sounds shady as shit, girlfriend. Oh my God. She planned to deposit the money in accounts she controlled and transmit a portion of the funds to others. Wow. Rafiei has agreed to plead guilty to a single count of attempted wire fraud, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. And because I'm guessing that because she cooperated with their other investigation and acted as an informant, she's not going to get the max, right? She is scheduled to appear in federal court in Santa Ana early next month. Oh, I wonder how many of my Irvine people are going to go up there and try and like get in the courtroom and watch this. In a statement provided to the Times by her attorney, Rafiei declined to discuss the specifics of the plea agreement. I will share my story in due time, she said in a statement. For now, I will proceed with dignity and humility towards finding peace and clarity in my life. Well, I hope that includes honesty, don't you think? That honesty should be a part of that. Did it skip? What did it do? Okay, here we go. The plea deal, she said, will bring certainty, closure, and a path forward. After Rafiei was arrested in 2019, she began assisting federal investigators. With her help, the FBI learned that Anaheim was controlled by a small cadre of individuals, including former Mayor Harry Sidhu and Todd Ament, the former president and CEO of the Anaheim Chamber of Commerce. The mayor was accused in a federal search warrant affidavit in May of divulging confidential information to the Angels during the team's negotiations with the city over the $320 million sale of Angel Stadium in hopes of receiving $1 million campaign donation. The affidavit also alleged that Sidhu obstructed an Orange County grand jury investigation into the deal. Sidhu has not been charged and has denied wrongdoing. But he did have to resign, right? Like, he resigned his mayoralship. He's out. The discovery shook Anaheim's political establishment, prompting Sidhu's resignation and leading to criminal charges against Ament. The FBI accused Ament of plotting with an unnamed political consultant to funnel Chamber of Commerce money into Ament's personal bank accounts by laundering it through the consultant's public relations firm. By the way, there was something in the original article that talked about the consultant being involved in the cannabis industry, and that's how basically everybody in politics was able to deduce that it was Melahat, because she's got kind of like a monopoly on that market in Orange County. Ament agreed to plead guilty in June to submitting a false tax return, lying to a mortgage lender, and 2 counts of wire fraud. The scandal prompted the Anaheim City Council to void the stadium sale. Rafiei did not plead to any bribery charges, but her agreement with prosecutors also outlines a bribery scheme. Prosecutors said in the agreement that Rafiei admitted to bribing 2 Irvine council members in 2018 in exchange for their agreement to introduce and pass an ordinance allowing her clients to open a retail cannabis store in the city. It's not clear if the bribes were ultimately accepted by the council members, who are not named in the court documents. In May 2018, Rafiei met with a medical cannabis professional, the person's business partner, and an Irvine council member. Well, we know it's not Larry Agron. We know it's not him. So in 2018, and I know it's not Melissa Fox. So I think, if we start boiling this down, it's either going to be a Republican or it's going to be Farah. They discussed introducing an ordinance that would legalize retail medical cannabis in the city, according to the plea agreement. The council member told them they plan to use a separate member of the city council to introduce the proposed law, the agreement said. So that would probably be why we ended up with Farah helping that one dude get an appointment. His name's escaping me right now. But she was hell-bent on not having a special election for the seat that was vacated by Don Wagner. And she ended up helping get an appointment for a Republican. The council member told them they plan to use a separate member. Okay, I already covered that part. Unbeknownst to Rafiei, the business owner and partner were acting as informants for the FBI. oh, Melahat. After the meeting, oh my God, even like how do you grow up and this is what your life becomes? Like, How do you, like, she's younger than me too, which is this is so crazy. Like your life becomes, I'm a DNC member, I'm secretary of the CDP, and by the way, I also have all this shady shit going on. I'm involved in like organized crime and shit. Oh my god, even after the meeting. I totally know her, dude. Like I've been to so many functions with her. I've like seen her at so many functions, you guys. After the meeting, Rafiei asked the cannabis business owner to pay her between $350,000 and $400,000 for brokering the ordinance. This is a really weird business you had set up here in Melahat. Very bizarre business. Are you like basically? I guess like she's probably trying to position herself as like some sort of professional lobbyist. But these are some pretty big fucking sums of money. I mean, is that how it goes? I don't think. Well, obviously the FBI does not consider this to be legal activity. So, okay. She told them that the first council member they met with had asked for 200,000, and the second one, who was allegedly going to introduce the ordinance, was seeking about 25,000, according to the plea agreement. I think all we'd have to do is like, come on, LA Times, tell me you went back and looked at the meeting minutes and found out who actually introduced the ordinance, and then who seconded it. Come on, tell me you looked this up. To conceal the bribe payments and circumvent disclosure requirements, Rafiei planned to enter into agreements with the politicians for legal services, prosecutors wrote in the plea agreement. According to the agreement, Rafiei told the cannabis professional that this would circumvent disclosure requirements for elected officials because legal clients were not required to be identified. All right, Hannah, why don't you go back and look at the meeting minutes and find out which city council member actually introduced that municipal code change? Like, is it really that hard? Would it have been that difficult to submit a FOIA request to Irvine and ask them for all records around, all meeting notes and records around municipal code change to the cannabis industry? Isn't that kind of an easy request? Like, plus you already have dates narrowed down too. You know that you know that it happened in 2018, 2019, somewhere around there, right? So why not ask for it? Why not ask for it?